Good morning. Welcome to Sunday, June 10th. I got up this morning and I got After Effects running, which is what I'm making the lower thirds for the upcoming D&D campaign in. And I gotta re-export a couple of files that I've done, because between when he actually made his character and when we sat down and played, Bob added a line that basically turned a C at the beginning of his name to a K. So basically he changed the spelling of his name, and rather than just sort of let it be and leave what I had as what I had in the first couple of videos, since, you know, that's what it was at that point, I'm going through to change the spelling of it for the way people see it so that it is consistent. I think it will be a better... Because ain't no one else going to know that it's because he changed the spelling or respelled it, or and spelling is not his strong suit anyways, but they're just going to think I messed up. So I'm like, fine, I'm just going to change it. Anyway, so that has to re-export, and then I'll have to put it on the videos, and one of those, actually, I've completed. I'll have to re-export that as well. Anyway, so I'm just working on that, and, because it's, yeah, I'm hungry. I decided to have just a, ham and roast beef sandwich for breakfast. So I'm going to eat that and just watch some YouTube. And after eating most of the sandwich, I actually filled up before I finished it, I sat down and recorded a couple episodes of Dungeon Siege 2. Now, of course, the way I upgrade my upload to my video game channel, I alternate between two different games, and I don't have anything for a game in between it. However, I am close enough to the end of this game. After what I just played, I have one final, mission in the final chapter of the game. I am so close to being done with it, and I figure it's probably better just to try and finish that up and have that all done and ready to go, so whenever I start another game, I don't have to think about going back to this one. It'll be done with. And it's probably only going to be maybe an episode or two more, I'm guessing. I don't know. Technically, for all I know, I go through the next door and it's the boss fight, but I am close. Quite close. So, played a bit of that, now that can convert while I'm headed out to church.
You want a deeper presence of God in your prayer time. He's going to do it. You need your finances taken care of. God is the God of finance. He's the God of joy. He's the God of healing. He's the God of relationships. He's going to bring I would declare this, he's bringing sons and daughters back into his kingdom.
Alright, made it to Red Robin. And I'm meeting my mom right here after church now. Gonna get a bite to eat for lunch. This is different. It's no longer their little book with the they used to have little books with spiral edges. Now it's like a trifold. Feels a little cheaper, like a little cheaper of a place, but sure easier for them to print new ones and keep it up to date. So it looks like there may be a couple new things on it, so we'll see if it's worth the change. I got a salad instead of getting the pencil bites because their prices went up, and at the Burnin' Love Burger and buzzard sauce with the fries, because I figure having a spicy burger isn't hot enough. I need hot sauce for the fries too, right? And that was good. The salad did a good job to help me cool my mouth as I was eating. I only ate half the pepper, the pepper on top, and but the buzzard sauce, like the basic hot wing sauce for the fries actually was really good. Because typically I would have gotten ranch for those as well, but ranch is a lot more calories, and I'm like, let's try this instead. And back home to relax. First thing I sat down to do was edit a vlog, because I need one of those for today. I have one short one, and then the following vlog will be a lot of work to edit, because it'll be the zoo day, so more footage I capture, the more work it is to edit, but usually they turn out pretty cool, so do what you do, right? I'm not sure if I'll edit that one today, though, or if I'll put it off till Tuesday and just not have a vlog to put up tomorrow, assuming we game. But either way, I'm not so sure I'm going to get a walk in today, and I need to, but it was what, 98 degrees out? Stupid summer. Summer's stupid. And of course, today is notable for a couple of things, as far as things that are happening today. And I'd be amiss to not represent them. First off, of course, today is the Tonys, which I won't be watching. The only real show that's in there this year that I'm excited for is Harry Potter, Cursed Child. And it's a play, not a musical. Now, I enjoyed the book. I got the script when that came out. Now, of course, being in the Tonys, it's American theater, so it's because it finally made its way across the pond to us. And so it's on Broadway at this point. And so it got whatever award, nominations rather, for that. And, I wish it all the best, but as far as the Tonys, usually I watch when there's... the last year that I actually sat down and watched it from start to end was, I think, 2 years ago when Hamilton was in. Yeah, really excited about that, and so I watched. But for this, I'm like, it's a play. I hope they win, but I'm not really going to take the time out of my day to sit down and watch for it. Otherwise, most of the shows I'm just not too familiar with this year. In addition to the Tonys being today is the first real day of E3. Yesterday was EA had a conference, but I mean EA's not really a company that makes anything worthwhile anymore, so I don't know why they still do that. Just me. But today has two conferences, one of which at the time I'm recording is technically just ended, and that's Microsoft. I did not watch Microsoft's conference. I am actually currently the reason I thought to do this is actually pulled up this which site did I pull up? GameSpot. And I'm basically just waiting for them to do a news roundup on it, because I will read through the news roundup on that. Additionally, today is Bethesda's conference, which I would love to watch, except that it's about my bedtime when it happens. And I mean, I may try to see it, I don't know, I might try to make that work. Or I might just watch it tomorrow or the next day, and make do. That one I will probably actually watch the conference, if not live tonight, then a recording of it tomorrow or the next day, whenever I have time. But that's one I really look forward to. As far as just companies that make games that I frequently enjoy, Bethesda does. I love the Fallout series. I love the Skyrim series. As long as it's that type of game, I look forward to if they come up with a new IP that is the same sort of open world exploration kind of game. I love the way they do those so much. So, did I call it the Skyrim series instead of the Elder Scrolls series? I feel like I did. Fallout and Elder Scrolls. My bad. But yeah, so I'll see a news roundup for Microsoft's conference in not too long, but alright, wow. And at least, and basically I'm still waiting for stuff to come out with the Microsoft one, but I'm sort of checking as I go, and one of the things was Todd Howard came out during this, and before the Bethesda conference, we got more information on Fallout 76. He says, 4 times bigger than Fallout 4, so cool, bigger. Hills of West Virginia in basically a prequel to all the other games, which of course when Vault 76 opens up should be, and that you're entering into an untamed and very different wasteland. I'm almost wondering, like, is this before, like, Raider gangs became a heavy thing? Is this before a lot of the factions we know of around? I mean, because that's my best guess, is it's before a lot of that, before a lot of the rebuilding. Sounds like it could be a very different game, and I'm game to see what they got going. You know, I'm certainly going to trust them with an idea, and so we don't, I mean, I'm assuming at that point that it's more or less normal Fallout gameplay, but we don't know that for sure yet. But yeah, so at least a bit of information. I'm gonna keep checking out what they got. And the only other really notable piece of information, as far as my interest from the Microsoft conference, is that they pretty much said that they're working on basically they promised the next Xbox console. Basically, at a point where there's will they, won't they for future hardware consoles coming out. Like, are they going to move to streaming services, or are they just going to slowly increment where there's no real next console, but just more powerful what already exists, or whatever, you know, that may be. You know, they've said that, you know, they are, you know, basically working on the next Xbox, so saying at least that there will be another generation after this one, which I was certainly hopeful for, but, and, you know, at least from what I can see, they didn't say anything too detailed about it, but it's good to know that because I prefer, when able, console gaming over PC gaming. I like to know that is continuing. Beyond just Nintendo, where I believe it will just keep continuing because they're stubborn and they're just going to keep doing that no matter what, right? And I worked on stuff on my computer for a bit, got cleaned up, ready for bed basically, and I am now in bed, and the Bethesda conference is on. Basically, I'm in bed like an hour early so that I can watch this, and we'll see what they announce. Hopefully it doesn't go more than an hour. I don't think it will. But we'll see what cool stuff they've got to say. I don't particularly have an interest in the Rage series, but it was a game of theirs that Walmart Canada basically leaked accidentally, and I do have to really appreciate Bethesda's ability just to accept what happened and to make it a joke and to roll with it. They're really good sports. I mean, they're like, well, once it had been messed up, there was nothing they could do to stop it, and they're having a good attitude about it. They're turning it into a joke, and I think it's a lot better than how some companies treat when something like that happens. So,
will you please welcome my very good friend, Mr. Todd Howard?
woohoo! Finally, probably the end of the conference, but finally, Todd Howard, Fallout 76, what I'm really interested in, basically.
Alexa, play Skyrim.
You're level 57 and see a tall snowy mountain.
I love that they're making jokes about how many things they put Skyrim on. The company just has such a good attitude. And getting into the Fallout 76 talk, they're very much just repeating what was at the Microsoft conference. I'm expecting a little more information, but we're not to it yet. I think there's greenery. Like, I mean, it's set before so many things, but I'm thinking there's some greenery. Yeah, like there's color. I'm not so sure why. I mean, I almost feel like it would make more sense for that to reappear as time went on rather than before, you know, have gone away with time. But I like it. I'm liking the green. I mean, because it's a very different appearance. I mean, they called it a very different wasteland, and definitely has some greenery, and that's nice. This is new. New creatures, yeah. Kind of cool.
But there is one big difference with this game.
What?
It's that each of those characters is a real person.
Ah, darn it.
Fallout 76 is entirely online.
That sucks.
Okay. I know, there's a lot, you have like 1,000 questions right now.
Can I play it offline?
We're gonna go through them in order. Now I'll hit a couple of the big ones. First, of course, you can play this solo. All right?
Okay then.
You'll,
If everyone's
I know you may have
real,
played
how can you play
survival
solo?
modes in, like, some of our previous games,
If there aren't
some other
NPCs.
online games, and people wonder, is this hardcore survival? I like to think of it maybe it's more softcore survival. Maybe that should be a new ESRB descriptor.
Ooh. That sloth creature looks cool. Not like in the multiplayer. We'll see how it works as a single. And I mean, admittedly, if I could just play with 1 or 2 friends, I might be happy with that, but...
And in this one, you can build wherever you want. And you can also then move that to wherever you want.
I like that. I like build wherever you want. I liked the building. Okay, the building thing looks fun, like a fun upgrade of what was in Fallout 4. That one's drawn me in. That looks like a dragon. Hey, I think there's a dragon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, bat creature that basically is a dragon.
And consider your target carefully.
Attention. Launch sequence activated.
Choose where to launch a nuke. Okay then. Okay then. I hope the conference is nearly done. It's time for me to be sleeping now. It's been a little over an hour.
I read on the internet that our games have had a few bugs.
I read on the internet that our games have had a few bugs. Yes, I love that they can accept
Sometimes
good sense of
it
humor.
doesn't just work.
It comes out the day after my birthday. That's interesting.
So I'm running with Fallout 4.
November 14th, 2018.
These versions are coming out tonight.
They did another. We're releasing Fallout Shelter for more things. Right now.
Again,
Right.
thank you so much for your support of all that we do coming here tonight.
Alright, they're kind of just wrapping up the conference. I don't think anything else is coming out. And it's been 20 minutes more than I was hoping. It's now 12 minutes after when I should be sleeping. But I've been laying down for an hour, so let's rest, even if it's not sleep. Elder Scrolls Blades looks okay. For being a free game, it'll be fine. But not incredibly, enthused about it. Just whatever. Fallout 76. I don't know. They announced a lot of things, some of which made me kind of sad. Being an online game makes me a little wary. Everyone in the game being a real person makes me think... Well, I mean, I guess maybe it's the idea that there are no settlements. Because otherwise, I mean, if there's settlements, then there's got to be either NPCs or you have to play online. In order for all the people to be real people. Wait, what?
We're excited to announce our next adventure.
What? What next adventure? There was something they're announcing now. They weren't ending. think they're doing what I was willing to stay up late to see if they were going to be doing. I'm looking at space. I think he said new IP. Starfield. It says Starfield. It's Starfield. We're getting Starfield. Okay. Okay, it's late.
Starfield is a game that we have spent years thinking about and working on. Something we feel uniquely positioned to pull off and that we're incredibly excited about. But we're also building toward the game after that. And it's the one you keep asking about.
Yes! Oh my god.
What? Oh! What? What? No. What? Elder Scrolls 6.
You said the game after that, if I imagine. What far away?
Oh yeah.
I mean, not close, but...
Okay, actually, now I'm really done. I just want to thank you all for your time tonight, the time you've spent in our worlds. We'll see you out there.
Okay. Alright, now he's actually done. Holy shit. Are we still recording? Good, we're still recording. Okay, so they started ending, I was talking about that. Carrying on. Fallout 76. Definitely, not a big fan of online, and like I said. But I mean, maybe there's no raiders yet, and there's no settlements, and so it's really just you versus the environment. In which case, I guess solo or with friends would be fine. I like the idea of building everywhere, and the upgrade for the construction mode looked cool. So I'll probably give it a shot, but I am a little wary with it being online sort of game. Now, aside from that, they just came back and announced both Starfield, which is the next game that they'll be working on, which I am very excited for, because to my understanding it will be one of their type of games. Fallout, Elder Scrolls, obviously very different games, but they have similarities. So I'm imagining it will be a space science fiction game with the same similarities as those have to each other. Very much looking forward to a nice sci-fi game with that style. And then they also announced that they are now working on the next Elder Scrolls. It'll be after Starfield, so it'll be quite a while, because they didn't even give date, information, details on Starfield, just we're doing this. So, yeah, but at least they've said they're working on it. So, that was exciting. Big exciting end to this conference. Again, most of the stuff... I care about what the Bethesda game studio at Bethesda is working on, for the most part. And it's exciting, and it's a lot. But should have been better a little bit ago. I'm quite tired and I gotta get to work tomorrow. So, very excited with what Bethesda's doing. But I'm gonna go to bed now. Thank you for joining me. Join me as my journey continues. Bye.